Alright, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory unto the true and living power, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechah Kadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahushai is the true name of His only begotten Son. There's no God beside them. And I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who've taught us the truth through His Empire, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and honors and citations to the elect Akim, doing His works in sincerity and in truth. So, Khan, yeah, pretty much, man, just wanted to pull in transit, pull Apostle Tahar, just, cut the camera on, and speak through the Spirit, man, and, guess what's always on our spirits is, these end-time prophecies, man, okay, because this place is going to have a great fall, Lord willing, this year, and we are those prophets. No matter how you slice it, man, all you can do is respect it. No matter how you slice it, you can't get around the fact that we are those prophets, man. Okay? We're the only one claiming to be prophets. So therefore, we must be the prophets. Right? Jeremiah 28:8 says, the prophets that have been before me prophesied of war and of evil and of pestilence against many great kingdoms, and great countries, man. And what are we doing? That's the same thing we're doing. Naturally, organically, man. Okay? And Yahweh Shai said, who you inwardly call Jesus Christ, go out on the highways and byways, and compel them that they may come in. Hey, Yahweh said, He's going to send us to a stubborn and a rebellious people. So tell them whether they hear or whether they forbear. What are we telling them? The evil, the war, and the pestilence to come to this great kingdom. You can't get around that. Who else is doing that? Okay? No matter how much you want to demonize us and say our doctrine is wrong, who else is doing that? These other denominations, man, these are religions, especially Vocab and G-Man, lately they just been focusing on us. That's not a doctrine. That's not, well, that's not the only thing Yahweh Shai said to do. Do the Spirit, because Paul said he sent for the defense of the gospel, but that's not the only thing, man. You're supposed to do way more than that. Why aren't you out in the highways and byways, like Yahweh Shai said to do? Huh? Doesn't Proverbs the 1st chapter say, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? So why aren't you out in the streets? That's exactly why Yahweh Shai is going to say, why he said, many say unto me, Lord. No, why he said, why call ye me Lord, Lord, but ye do not the things that I say? Huh? Why aren't you guys rising up against the evildoers? You mean to tell me we're the evildoers? That like the Bible's talking about? But homosexuality gets a pass. Pedophilia gets a pass. The Roman Catholic Church, they get a pass. They're not the evildoers, just the Israelites. You know why? Because you guys are anti-Israelites. Shout outs to Elder Malcolm of the Chicago camp. They always say, oh, he's anti-Semitic. Well, you guys are anti-Israelite. Anti-Israelitism. Okay? You guys are just anti-Israelite, man. So just as you get punished and demonized for being so-called anti-Semitic, which we know the folly of that statement. You should get penalized for being anti-Israelite, man. Like so much of these guys are. So right, back to my point. Because Psalm 94:16 says, Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, against the workers of iniquity? What is iniquity? Sin. What is sin? Transgression of the law. Whose laws? The laws of the Bible. What's some of those laws? Man shall not lie with man. Man shall not lie with another man's woman. That's adultery. What about them? Why do they get a pass? Why are you not speaking on them? Something's weird. Something's weird about that. Something's very weird about that, man. So that tells me two things. That tells me you're just an agent. Because even in, I believe, the book of Luke, you can type up the word feigned men. They feign themselves just men. Meaning they were pretending to be the men of the Lord. They were pretending to be down, But really, they just wanted to trap up Yahushua's words that they might accuse him. So that's what you guys are. That tells me that you guys, which is another word for that as well, just a damn agent, man. They were agents. So that tells me that you guys are nothing but agents. And that tells me that we're the true men of the Lord. Because like I said, like Yahushua said, like I quoted of what he said. Why call you me Lord, Lord, and do not the things I say? We're actually doing what the Lord said. So no matter how you get around it, man, we got the 100% truth. And with that being said, okay, this place is gonna fall, man. That's what we're set up to do. To prophesy the downfall of this place, which is coming soon. How do we know that? Because the scriptures say, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Of course, the scriptures also says, no man knoweth, when the Heavenly Father is going to send Yahushua, we call Jesus Christ. Nobody knows when he's going to, crack the clouds, beam us up in the chariots. No man knows the day or the hour. But guess what? We do know the season. Okay? And the season is now. The scriptures say uproar. When you see uproars of the peoples, and a brother posted an article that in the year 2020, expect more uproars than ever before, man, of the people. You got your earthquakes, happening every single day. Okay. Furthermore, we're looking for them key prophecies, man, as well, which is what the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, World War III, and that says it all. World War III says it all, man. Once World War III crack off, that's it. Because Yahushua said his determination, through the Spirit, man, he said his determination is to gather all the nations, man. Then he's going to pour out his indignation upon them. And what's another word for World War III? Armageddon. And what does Armageddon mean, man? From the Hebrew word Harmageddon, which means mountain of troops. Right? Meaning there's going to be all these different troops that's going to be in one area, and that's when the Lord is going to come back and sweep them all out. That's going to happen during World War III. So we know that. So the fact that there's now World War III talks, people were speaking on World War III, we getting even closer. But we know that the RFID chip has to take place first. And they got their 5G for that. Here you got, the Lord's coming back in the midst of World War III, and you got World War III talks. And we know that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. And you got the 5G, which is its system for it to function correctly. So come on, man. That's how we know this thing is about to end soon. That war, that evil, that pestilence that the prophets prophesy of, it's almost here. Okay? And the war is going to be very, very diverse multitudes of different types of war, man. The war between you and your neighbors, the war between Esau and his government, the war between Jacob versus Esau, the war between pretty much you and your neighbors, man, you and your street. You know, then you might team up and realize that you ain't got shit, so you gotta move and work together to go over to these different areas that have been doing better, bigger houses. You know, ultimately to World War III. You know, we don't know exactly how it's gonna go down, but it's gonna be crazy as fuck. That's why this is like a movie. Okay? Because in a movie, what happens? You wait to see how things play out, how things unfold. You wait and see. Now here it is, we got the script. You know, we know what's gonna happen, but we're waiting to see how it unfolds, man. And all the prophecies we built will be fulfilled. That's why the scriptures say, that's why the Lord said, none of these words shall go out void, but they shall accomplish that where I have sent it, man. All right? So all the prophecies will be fulfilled. The animal attacks, Ezekiel 5:17. You know, the famine of the word. All these things will come to pass. And as the scriptures say, the wise man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. How does he hide himself? In Yahweh Shema Shot, man. You know, so with that, I'm going to say Shalom.